Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic. Those of you who have sex with your friends, why? Cause fuck 'em. That's why. Art. Pop copy. My enemies aren't interested. But my friends aren't interested, either. Now what? Get hornier friends. Horny. Whoa, you like sex too. You like money. And bait. Bark. Locks cage asterisk. I had a long-term friend with benefits. Was never just a fuck, it was warm, loving, love-making. We loved each other but never got beyond that. We both married the wrong people and both eventually were divorced. We talked about coupling up but didn't want to just do it out of need or loneliness, so we procrastinated. Then she got sick and died. I proposed to her when she told me she was sick, but she turned me down. I'll always miss her. That sounds like a movie. Sorry for your loss. Sounds somewhat identical to Forrest Gump's plot. She wanted to and I was a virgin. Who am I to say no? Were you a virgin the one time or several times? Guess it depends upon one's religion. XD. Name confirms virginity. Statement checks out. Gotta kiss the homies goodnight. Brajobs and Dorja still. Just remember to say no homo after, or it would be kinda gay. Because I don't like sex with strangers. My friends are cute also, so why not? Damn, I wish I had cuter friends. They're amazing people, but not my first choices for people to fuck. Although I guess at the end of the day, I'd rather have trustworthy, good friends than someone who's just fuckable. Are you their first choice to fuck? A stranger is just a friend you haven't fucked yet. I had sex with a very close friend of mine. I thought it would make things weird at first, but it didn't. She's still my best friend and also my wife. So you're saying it changed the relationship? It had evolved. Mutated, if you will. It was one of those things I did to experiment in my early 2020s. It didn't ruin our relationship per se, she just ended up moving away when she got married. I've seen her a couple times when she's visited and we pick right up where we left off, conversation-wise. Not gonna lie, you had me in the first half. I'm divorced and started having sex with an old co-worker / friend. It's just one of those things like, yo, you horny? Me too, let's fuck. We talk about life and such with no real worries of commitment. I was in same boat. Used to sleep with this dude who sat behind me in class in high school. Casual sex on and off until mid-20s when we married other people. By late 30s we were divorced and at it again. I got remarried at 39, so I think our banging will be limited to our teens, 2020s, and 30s. We had a good run. When we're in relationships with other people we cut contact. Have what with my what? Have coitus with your comrade. Come with your chum. Have anal with your amigo. Sex is fun. 2. If friends are okay with casual sex, why not? 3. It's way more fun than having sex with a stranger you meet in a bar or something, more chemistry and the communication just flows better. Not to mention you can always trust a friend. Assuming they are a true friend. If I hook up with strangers at a bar, there's always anxiety in the back of my head about getting robbed or some shit. What is a true friend? It's fun. And it's easy. I get lots of the benefits of a relationship without the overall time commitment of a relationship. I get great sex, with someone I like and respect. I get to give great sex, and it works for both of us. We can cook, watch a movie, fuck each other, relieve stress, have a laugh, and go home and not worry about being a partner to that person emotionally or supporting them through every facet of their lives. If you don't have the time or headspace or desire for the full-on commitment of sharing your life with someone, it's a fucking fantastic option. Until one of you catches feelings. Y'all getting laid. Y'all have friends. Y'all exist. She's sad, I'm sad. When our bits do the thing, we aren't sad. So it works. You do the hokey pokey once she turns around, and that's what it's all about. They usually are friends before they are boyfriends. You know, I obviously don't doubt that there are women who prefer it this way, but my experience is that it has to be a pretty short stay in friend territory if the train is going to continue on to romantic partner, or it's just clear from the outset that the relationship is on the romantic track as opposed to friendship track. Otherwise, it seems that one or both parties have trouble re-imagining the other as anything other than a friend. I tend to agree with this statement for the most part. Media for decades has been full of opposite-sex friends fall in love stories. It's obviously true that some people do spend months or years as friends and then it eventually develops into something more. I just personally don't think it's that common. I knew a guy who actually married the cool girl with a lot of guy friends that he went to college with. Once the two of them became serious enough to move across the country together, she slowly started having guy friends drop off until they were all gone. He said he explained to her that she wasn't actually a cool girl with a lot of guy friends but rather a girl with a lot of potential suitors. I think this rings true more often than people really like to admit. Guys don't want to come off as thirsty and girls don't want to come off as Ave. It's just been my experience that most, not all, but most opposite-sex friendships tend to fade away once one of the two becomes seriously involved with someone. And that's natural. Why would you take Joe Blow or Jane Blow to the event when you've got a significant other right there? Honestly, it hasn't ruined any of my relationships. How can you ruin something with ice cream? When you haven't realized it's melted into her no-no place and you proceed to do the deed. Ouch. If you can have sex with someone and not be butt-chapped, it she walks out and sleeps with another person that night and vice versa. Casual sex can work. If any of this puts you off, do it. Mayo butt-chapped, never heard that one. My husband always says well that really chaps my ass, but he's from Ohio. I had never heard of it until I met him. Why not? Literally this, sex is fun, and I like my friends. Also, just because someone is a good friend and good in the sack doesn't automatically make them a good romantic partner. These responses make me feel like I need to go look for these sort of friends, lol. If you look for them, you won't find them. You just kinda have friends, and sometimes something happens, but if you go into it with expectations from the get-go, then that's not a friend you're looking for, it's a fuck buddy. Got really close to having sex with my good friend in college. I had been friends with her since preschool, and we both sat there and talked about what it could do to our friendship. In the end we both hugged it out and instead made one of those if we aren't married by 40 pacts. Well, my wife and I went to her wedding last year, and I am still really glad we never did the deed, although I only talk to her a couple times a year these days. I had the if we are both single at 40 conversation with my best friend when I was 22. Then we kissed and whoops, next thing you know we're 24 and married. For fun. Because some people are able to have casual sex without being weird about it. And some people are not. I've watched friends of mine hook up where they both agree to it being casual and then one of them can't handle that and the other doesn't understand why. For what it's worth, I don't ever find sex to be casual and would never engage in casual sex with a friend, or a stranger for that matter. I've never seen casual sex have any outcome other than making one or more persons sad in the end. Why did you watch them hook up? Lol, kidding, I know what you meant, I think. I've edited and deleted this comment due to false reporting. Someone told Reddit I'm a danger to myself, Mayo. Your mom was busy. I also choose this guy's mom too. I'm married to her. Comes with the territory. She was a high school crush. We ended up hooking up 12 years later drunk on night. It was great. If you handle the next day in a mature way, it won't be awkward. I was a stupid hormonal kid and didn't know what it was like, and it felt safer to do it with a friend I was close with rather than devoting so much time and effort for a relationship only for that experience. I've read a lot of these comments and most of them are virgin kids pretending to dick down their friends on the daily. But you seem like the genuine article, my friend. Props to you. I lost my virginity back in 10th grade in high school to a scenario that started out like this. I didn't want to devote time or effort to build up a relationship just to experience what sex was like. I ended up having sex with a good friend of mine. Well, it became a every time we even remotely got a chance to have sex we did. High school football games, we would sneak out of the game. Teachers watched the entrances and exits to make sure kids weren't just running off without their parents. It was a super fucking nanny state, and we would literally find a bush to hide behind or between parked cars and would just go doggy style for a quickie. It got to a point though where we would start getting upset when we saw one another flirting with someone else. We basically started out as friends, then had sex so much we became a couple and fell in love, but kept trying to say we are just friends. It was confusing and the whole ordeal didn't end well for either of us. We don't even talk anymore. Haven't talked in 5 years. But in my mind she's the one that got away. I was selfish back then because I was this hotshot stud who was fucking the hottest girl in school basically on the daily, and everyone knew it. I was a good looking young man also, so she would brag about it to her friends also, but I let it go to my head and vice versa for her. We both started flirting with other people and the whole, simple casual sex, became something more. Needless to say I ruined the whole thing. She played some major roles in ruining everything as well, so we share that blame, but looking back now she was the one who got away, but I wouldn't change a single thing. She's married now and has a few kids. She's presumably happy, I hope, and everything worked out for her in the end. There are the one that got away out there. I got like 4 of them and only 3 hate my guts. Maybe 4th does. Not sure if she has had therapy or not. What if she's not happy and she thinks the same thing? This made me sad to read it.